understand themselves may be yours. Man in the full knowledge of himself is a superb and supreme creature of creation. When man becomes possessor of the knowledge of himself, he becomes master of his environment, the captain of his own ship, the director of his own destiny, the accomplisher of his own ends. Man should understand himself because man is full of knowledge, and this knowledge is a gift of nature. When Mother Nature created man, she deprived him of nothing. He was given the faculty of understanding all things around him. This faculty for understanding has not been taken away from him. None of his senses have been taken away from him. So there is no excuse for the black man in lacking the knowledge that man is used to beautify the world and produce all that he needs for his happiness and civilization. Look the world over, and whatever you see in it that is pleasing to man, contributing to man's comfort, to his needs and to his satisfaction, it is but the work of man. Man blessed with the knowledge of himself and the understanding of all things around him. If you are able to live with the knowledge of yourself and with the greater knowledge of nature, you must know what is good and what is not. You must know what is finite. You must know that which is material, physical, and otherwise is at your disposal to create or otherwise use. If we leave America and go over to the east to Japan, they will be telling their fellow citizens of Japan of the wonderful accomplishments of the Japanese people, proving that man is moving onward as time moves on. But you have hated yourselves as you have done in previous years. You have shown malice, prejudice, and hate to each other. And the result is that while other races have made progress, while India has made progress towards nationalism, while Ireland has made progress towards republicanism, while the whole world has made progress in man's accomplishments, you still stand fighting yourselves, dishonoring yourselves, showing no disposition toward that higher life so that you will be abundantly blessed. So reflect and think that you were created for some purpose other than exhibiting malice toward your neighbor or fellow men of your own race. What a pity it is that we cannot stand united without a written law. There is no written law compelling other races to stand together. They are brought together by the gentle touch of nature. The unwritten law of nature causes them to stand together on all occasions. So wheresoever you find them in the field, that one gentle touch of nature causes them to stand together, if need be, die together. But with the black man, you can preach to him from the pulpits. You lecture from the platforms, from the byways and the hedges. The spirit of cooperation, but he will not cooperate. You talk to him gently, you try talking harshly to him, he still will not cooperate. The result is that he falls prey to those who understand themselves and walk through the world making you their serfs and slaves. You must acquire an understanding of yourselves. Look around you. See the smiling pictures of nature, the beautiful hedges, the wonderful mountains, the wonderful vegetation all around. But because of your disposition to each other, you live in suffering, in want, in penury, and in debt. You lack the gentle touch of nature, love for each other. You hate yourselves. Black men, and what is wrong with you? Why have you no affection for yourselves? Could I hope to see you living among yourselves as the people I've spoken of? Living in charity, love, and in sympathy with each other? It can be done. I wonder if you will adapt that course. Isn't it easier to enjoy prosperity than to live in ignorance and darkness? Why select the worst out of nature? Nature never gave pain, suffering, and death to the world. It was man himself who selected death, pain, and sorrow. I wonder if I cannot inspire you to select between good and evil. Let me impress upon you once again that whatsoever your hardships may be, whatsoever your difficulties in life, they are your own selection. And so if you encourage them, if you husband them and take them to your bosom, they will abide with you. Nature will not take them away from you as Mother Nature did not give them to you. She is not responsible for your sorrows. Mother Nature represents all that is beautiful. She gave you the highest personality in the realm divine. Your sorrows are your own. If you want joy, if you want sunshine, it is before you abundantly in nature. I made a selection of sunshine, the beautiful sunshine. I made a selection to laugh with the moon, to laugh with the stars, and sing with the birds of the forest and of the wilderness, to join in the rhythmic music of the winds that sing from east to west and from north to south. Had I selected sorrow, I would have been dead a long time ago, and been without that which would send me into the presence of the divine, because I would have lived not with the knowledge that is divine. We must acquire the higher knowledge of life. Black men and black women, will you get the knowledge that the white man has that causes him to be leaders and masters in the world? They are not gods with a peculiar source for understanding the world around them. They have only given expression to the knowledge of their humanity and been able to use and conquer all to their satisfaction and glory. And that is why they are always greater than you in every community that you find them. Isn't it strange that wheresoever the white man is found, he takes precedence over you? Why is that so? Answer that for yourselves, black men and black women. Wheresoever you come in contact with the white man, you always have to go down in defeat before him. Whether it be in England, in France, or in America, you always have to go down to the white man, and yet he has 2 eyes, 2 feet, 2 hands, same passions, same senses and feelings as you have.
Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, family. Good afternoon, loved ones. Good afternoon. It's another God-given day. It's another God-blessed day here in the territory of New Orleans, Louisiana. And you know how we do it, family. We give our God the thanks and the glory for allowing us to be here another day to talk to our brothers and sisters here in the territory of New Orleans, Louisiana. What number to call in? What to call in? For those of you who wishes to join the conversation, the telephone number is 504-303-8922. Let me type this number in for Mr. Joseph. Let me wrap with the Facebook audience for a second, family. 504-303-8922. Family, it's another God-given day. And again, we give our God the glory to allow us to participate in this show. We 504-303-8922. There you go, sir. To participate in the show, you can call us here 504-303-8922 to listen to us. You can dial 712-432-7883. You can also listen to us via the web by going to www.radiogumbocreole.net. That's www.radiogumbocreole.net. We live stream this and every show on the Facebook. We live stream this and every show on the Facebook. You can check us out live on the Facebook by going to Anthony Brown for Assessor 2017. That's Anthony Brown, that's my name, for Assessor 2017 2017, where you can participate, you can ask a question, leave a comment, you can actually come on to the show as a live guest. You can however you see fit to utilize this platform, you can do so. We also live stream this show on the Facebook. We also live stream this show on the Facebook. I'm sorry, on the YouTube. We also live stream this show on the YouTube. And you can join us by going to the THE Proven, PROVEN Truth, TRUTH Proven Truth. Likewise, you can use that platform to participate. You can leave a comment, ask a question, come on the show as a live guest, to which all of those we recommend you to do. Okay? All of those we recommend you to do. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessing of liberty to ourselves and our prosperity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Who is your daddy? Who is your daddy? The United States Constitution. All governments of right originate with the people, is founded on their will alone, and is founded on their will alone and is instituted to protect the rights of the individual and for the good of the whole. Its only legitimate ends are to secure justice for all, preserve peace, protect the rights, and promote the happiness and general welfare of the masses, of the people. If the United States Constitution is who is your daddy, then the Constitution to this territory and all other territory would be who is the offspring. The proven truth.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good.
I first of all want to thank you because this is the first time I'm actually seeing your show. I had to turn down the volume on my end.
Okay.
My real name is Edward. Okay.
Welcome. A pleasure. We appreciate you calling in, Edward. This is the first time. We appreciate that, my brother.
The title that you have up there, it goes a little deeper than that.
Okay.
I want you to read whatever you, because I see I may have called a little too early. You still had some things that you was reading.
Right.
If you want to put me on hold and finish reading it, that's fine. Because we need to discuss this.
Okay.
But I want you to put out whatever you need, whatever your script is for your format.
Right.
I want you to go ahead and finish that. This is my first time calling.
Well, look, Edwards, look. Well, you're right. We actually have a format by which we, utilize here. But the truth about it, as we state on this program, from day one, this platform was actually created for people like yourself, for people who actually need a platform by which they can speak their mind or to participate in the conversation. So you took the time out of your busy day to call in. We're gonna listen. We're gonna roll in the punch.
Okay.
Let me read 1 second, Edwards. Let me read for a second real quick the title of today's show, and it's the same thing, just for our listening audience out there. It's the same title we have posted both on the YouTube platform, likewise the Facebook platform. And again, friends, family, I would advise or encourage you guys to check out our YouTube page, check out our YouTube platform. That's The Proven Truth with Anthony Brown. And look, we ain't going to show some love, okay? Show some love. Subscribe to the channel, give us some likes or something. I think that help the platform or the message move further. Now, the title is Water Being Cut Off While Top Executive Receive Pay Increase. What are we talking about? We are talking about here in the territory of New Orleans, Louisiana. For those of you who don't know, or for the listening audience all over the country or all throughout the diaspora, here in the territory of New Orleans, Louisiana, we have a utility company, Sewerage and Water Board. Okay? Now, the Sewerage and Water Board, the head honcho, the person with the most executive authority on that board, is the mayor. Whosoever the mayor is at the time, at this present time, is one Latoya Kentrell, is the chief executive officer on that board. Okay, now they will tell you that the water board in and of itself, the municipal corporation have no control over it. I begs to differ. When you have the chief executive officer of the body politic of the municipal corporation, the mayor and elected official sit on that board as the head honcho. You can't tell me that the mayor, whosoever the mayor is, don't have any voice or don't have a say so on what happened. Now here it is. They start to issue, as of yesterday being the 17th, start to issue or start to actually cut people water off. Cut people water off because according to them, people cannot pay the bill or people are deficient in paying the utility bill, the water bill. No, look, I'm not going to take much from Edward because I talk a lot, but the irony here is, and I'm going to make Edward speak his mind in a second, the irony here is Sewerage and Water Board is taking action against people who, according to them, fail to pay their utility bill or the water bill. And here it is, that same entity, Sewerage and Water Board, New Orleans, is have multi-million-dollar sanction against them. People file lawsuit against this entity, right, in courts and win. And here it is, Sewerage and Water Board fail to pay people who took them to court and won the case and awarded a monetary damage or compensation. They fail to do that. They don't want to do that, right? And we're talking about in the millions of dollars. So here it is, they have an obligation to pay these people who they cause harm to, right? And these people take them to court, win. They don't see it necessary or see it fit or see it just to pay these people who they owe this money to, right? But at the same, you see the irony? At the same time, they're gonna cut off your grandmother, your grandfather, that single mom, that single pop, or the average person water bill, because they are claiming that you can't pay that bill or you don't pay that bill. Moreover, the same time that they are doing that, for those of you who live in this territory, if you listen to the BS that come out to that, what's her name, Brown? She's a director, she won't call her Sewerage and Water Board. Oh, that if they don't collect this money, it's gonna run them something like $22 million in deficit. No, if you are worried about deficit, and at the same time you paying yourself and other senior executive, you giving yourself a pay hike, you don't give a rat's ass about deficit about the people in New Orleans. But look, Sir Edwards, go ahead, man, and let your voice be heard, man.
Well, let me do this, okay? Now, the reason why I wanted to be one of the first ones to call in is not just because you was running for office. You had the heart to try to break up the old guard, okay? Which a lot of people in New Orleans, a lot of people in general, it's not just here, are afraid to speak up for themselves, okay?
Right.
Just like you have your platform, I started mine 3 months ago.
Right.
My DJ name is DJ Gemini. Okay. Now, yes, go step by step over this title. Yes, start with Walmart, Family Dollar, Dollar General. I'm gonna use those three as a metaphor. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The metaphor is the general manager for that store gets paid a performance bonus.
Right.
So, with that performance bonus, if they know they really have 50 slots that they have to fill, they're going to try to fill it with 30 to 35. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, because they did not hire a number of 50, the rest of that money goes into their pocket and they get paid from that company. All right?
Right.
Now, I use them as a metaphor, those three companies, because when we go there and we spend our dollars there, we wondering why we don't have nobody to help us like we used to. That's why it's called a performance bonus. Every store manager for fast food, the hotel restaurant industry completely, that's what the top manager get paid off, and then it trickles down to the rest of the managers. Only the managers, not the supervisors.
Right.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, When it comes to Sewerage and Water Board, let me explain something to you. I'm certified in heavy equipment operations. I'm also OSHA 30, and I got a Class A CDL. I still never got hired by Sewerage and Water Board, and I put myself through heavy equipment operating school. I didn't wait on the company. I said, that's the job I want. I'm going to put myself through that school, okay?
Right.
Now, 6 months to 8 months later, there was a report that came out. Sewerage and Water Board got over 585 slots open. Now, I want you to do the math, but we're not really going to do math, but I just want you to do the math. If you take $50 a day from the 585 jobs that was open at the time, picture what the top VP got. Okay, now if you look at it right now, people are going after Sewerage and Water Board, the company, but let me show you the order war. You don't go after Sewerage and Water Board, the company. You want to know who you go after? All those top VPs and all the top people. You sue them personally.
Right.
Here's why you sue them personally. Because
Edwards, let me interject right here, my brother. That is so key.
Not a problem.
That is so key what you just said a while ago. Now, I want people actually listen. Look, I want people actually listening to what you said. That last sentence is so key, and I have been saying that out there, amongst my friends and my enemies for quite some time right now. When you talk about the city of New Orleans, who are we talking about? Who is the city of New Orleans? When they tell you that, the city of New Orleans is going to raise the property tax, or the city of New Orleans is going to impose this type of law, that, who the hell are we talking about? Who is the city of New Orleans? Can you sue the city of New Orleans? Yeah, you can sue them according to their...
you can, but here's the thing.
Right.
If you sue the city of New Orleans, now see, a lot of people don't know this, but I'm about to say something that a lot of people are going to get mad at, okay?
Let's do it. That's true.
There's there's a department in the actual basement of City Hall. They actually get paid to stamp and file different lawsuits that are filed against the city of New Orleans. Okay? You will never get paid in your lifetime from that suit. Let me say that again. You will never get paid in your lifetime by that suit.
Right.
Because you sued the city of New Orleans. Well, who you should have went after was the head person for that department,
right,
management, that actually wronged you.
Right.
Because they could be the ones to help fix it. Now, when you discussing everything with them, don't just do it verbally. Let me say this again, because I used to have a federal badge, okay? If you can audio record it, audio record it. If you can, even if you put it on Facebook Live,
right,
just something that is time-stamped and dated. So video or audio that's time-stamped and dated, so you can bring it into a court of law. You also want that person's email address,
right,
the one that our tax dollars pay for. Let me say that again. Every employee by the city, local, state, or federal, have a email that was issued through them that our tax dollars pay for. You can request it. If they choose not to give it to you, have it on record by audio or video that they're choosing not to give it to you. That's going to make them in trouble, not you. Then what you do is, you everything you send them through the mail, you make it to where somebody has to sign for it. You only have to do this 3 times, and then you can sue them outright. Let me say that again. timestamp dated, audio or visual, if they don't want to give you the local government, state, or federal email address that our tax dollars pay for.
Right.
Then you can bring that into court. When you filed your lawsuit, they're going to ask, well, have you reached out to this person? Well, yes, I have. Here you go. 1, 2, 3. They said
evidence,
F
my
me,
brother. Evidence.
so I'm saying F them back.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Now, you go after them specifically because you're going to break up the old guard.
Mm-hmm.
For y'all who don't know what I mean by that statement, everybody that's been getting paid under the table, everybody that's been getting paid behind the corner or the wall, whatever, in darkness will come into light. You will break up that situation. So then all your tax dollars start going back to the situations that they are supposed to be going to, which then make the whole city prosper. Everybody all the way down to the janitor. The reason, Mr. Anthony, the reason why I can speak so strong about it is because the same way you're doing yours, I'm doing mine a little differently, but I would like to me and you to sit down and have a conversation at a coffee shop or a restaurant or something, but that's for a different day, because I'm going to make sure you have my number before I get off of this line, okay?
Yeah, my brother.
Now, but for y'all, the reason why I'm giving y'all these steps, he is absolutely right with that statement that he typed up there. But if it doesn't infuriate you, you have the problem. It's not Mr. Anthony, okay? If you're letting it pass because you say it doesn't affect my address, yes, it does. Because everything that goes on in local, state, or federal government always affects your address. That's why we used to swap out who was going to the city council meetings. We used to swap out who was going to these state meetings and federal meetings. We used to swap that out. Different people in the neighborhood used to go when the other one couldn't make it.
Oh, my brother. Look, let me tell you, man. Look, you're making some key points right here, man. And I really want to let you speak your mind, speak your truth, but I have to interject again, man. Look, it is so important. Okay. It is so, look, again, you're making some key point here. I dig it. Look, this is what I'm saying. I tell people it's important, my brother, when people, look, the reason why, I've said this so many times on this program, the reason why the territory of New Orleans, Louisiana, is in the state that it's presently in right now is because of the so-called elected officials that we have here. Okay? Now, when you understand the concept that even though we can point fingers or we can call out these criminal actors, right, by name, we the people still have a duty to do. We the people are the one who elect these elected officials to office. Now, I understand, and at the same time, I understand the concept, my brother. Oh, people tell me that, look, Anthony, it's been going on for a long time, or you know what I mean, it's don't work, the fight, or it's, you know what I mean, it's just nothing won't change. I understand the fact that people are depressed, or oppressed, or suppressed for some time now. You see what I'm saying? And it affects them mentally, physically, and financially. However, this is my reply and argument to them every single time. You just said it a while ago. It doesn't matter how depressed you think you are, right? Or how tired or frustrated you are. You have a duty, if not to yourself, to your fellow man, to do something and to say something about the situation. More so about these elected officials that we put into public office. Not because it don't directly, look, my water is on right now, my brother. God, you know, through the grace of God, my water is still on. If I go to my house, to my home, and turn on my faucet, water coming through that bad boy. You see what I'm saying? However, as we stated, as of yesterday, We have people here in Louisiana, in New Orleans, who they go inside the bathroom, the kitchen, whatever, turn that faucet on, and there's nothing. Why? Because the Sewerage and Water Board cut off. So what I'm saying is, the fact that it happened, or it's happening to some people right now, right? I must give voice to you because it could happen to me too. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. The statement that you've been hitting the nail on the head, but it's a valid statement, it's a strong statement, and it's a righteous statement. Don't look on the fact that your light is on, or your water is on, or maybe you can afford to pay certain taxes. Okay? You can afford to pay certain taxes. So
I dig that.
So you don't care about the other person. Come on, my brother. Go ahead, Edward.
But see, okay, but watch this, okay? At this point, from the first month that you got this bill, now one thing about me, I hold both sides accountable, okay? I'm gonna go from the customer side, then I'm gonna go to the company side, okay? From the customer side,
okay,
you give me this high bill. You know where I'm gonna be at? Because I'm gonna show my boss.
Right.
Hey, bro, I need off because these people gave me a bill the month before this. My bill was never this. It should never be this.
Mm-hmm.
And go down there. Now watch this. Just because they're Sewerage and Water Board don't mean they don't have emails. So see, when you contact that person, if the first person not in the street right now who stays at 4939 Elysian Field,
mm-hmm.
okay, he has a leak that's been on his water meter for months. He then reported it. I then reported it for him. I then brought it to the city council ear. Everybody. So now at this point, here's what I told him to do. I say, and he works for a school, so you know he's on the fixed, money situation.
Right.
Just had a brand new child. Just like I told him, I said, one of those days, I need you to take a half day. He said, what you mean? I need you to take a half day. I need you to go down the Sewerage and Water Board. Don't leave there till they let you talk to a manager. Now, they just worked on my block. I want to say the work stopped in March. That man water was leaking the whole time that they was working on this block. They did the subcontractor was working on this block. Then they came and did some work on this block. Don't get me wrong. Now, yes, rewind. It was 585 jobs missing, right?
Right.
That people, that was open, that people should have been able to apply for. But they was getting a performance bonus and nobody was saying shit. I'm sorry, my bad. Nobody was saying anything. So then that had them like, oh, well, we can do this and we can keep doing it. No, pimping, let me holler at you. Come over here. Sit down. And then people started hitting them over the head. But here's the thing, Mr. Anthony. A lot of people are afraid to act as a customer.
Right.
We're paying you for a service. Like, prime example, I just got done taking care of my family internet problem. They have Cox. The people that was over the phone was trying to make it seem like, oh, well, we can do it over the phone. No, baby, I done already did that. I'm Net Plus certified and trained. It didn't work. We need a technician to come out. I got hung up on 2 times, but see, that third time when I called, I said, now, before we go any further, I need a manager. Because now they done made Staff Sergeant Joseph come out. Now, at this point, bye, we're going to keep this 100% business because the other 2 people was upset because they started to have personal feelings about what I was requesting as a customer.
Mm-hmm.
If we start acting like a customer and we hold these companies accountable, don't get mad and upset and just hang up the phone because your issue is not solved.
Right.
Once again, do not get mad and just hang up the phone because your problem is not solved. Be on their time to where they gonna ask you, hey man, you wanna come work over here because you on the phone with us so much. Call during your 15-minute break. Call during your half an hour break. Really address the issue. And a lot of us don't do that, Mr. Anthony. And I'm just being humble when I say that. We don't do it, or we don't push the issue. Now, when it comes to this situation, I know 2 blocks right now. Their water bills used to be about $600 per household. I told everybody on that block, come on, let's go down to city. We said City Hall. I said City Hall at first. Then I thought about it. No, let's go to that Sewerage and Water Board building, that their main building. Guess what? Their bills was adjusted. Everybody went back to paying what they were supposed to. In less than 2 weeks, they had the crew out there. But what if that whole community don't stand up? We stop each one teaching one and stop holding ourselves accountable. But when we act like a client. Now, the bad thing about it is LaToya
Cantrell.
Yeah, but I'm trying to see exactly how I'm gonna say this. Okay. Mitch had his brother-in-law as the city manager, but he changed the title to a deputy mayor, okay? No matter what city you are in, there is a city manager. That is the real one who runs the city. The mayor is just the face. Let me say that again. The city manager or account manager is the one who really runs a city. He or she runs the city. The mayor is just the face. But the mayor can keep them accountable. Right now, we don't even know who is the city manager because she had to fire his brother-in-law. Okay? At this point, she's trying. I know she's. From what I hear, she's trying to put the right people in place. But it's going to take this woman 2 years to fix everything that Mitch's brother-in-law effed up.
Right.
I'm going to be honest to you. It's going to take her 2 years. Even if you go to the assessor's office, I'm just saying, by the grace of God, we vote you in. You got to get rid of that secretary because she got a nasty attitude. You're going to have to get rid of a dude named William.
You're preaching to the choir, my brother.
Because he got a nasty attitude. They don't want to hold each other accountable. They want to talk to the citizens like they don't work for us, like we owe them something. So, see, that's how deep I can go with it. But I'm trying to keep the emotion out of it. But these are all the things, if we don't really go down or start a petition and literally sign it, stand on it 10 toes deep, we're going to keep allowing this to happen. I love the old New Orleans. I like how we was a community. I like how we literally say hey to each other, didn't just boot each other up and be like, oh, Lord, they think they Sadiddy and everything else. No, we're happy to be living in New Orleans, where we stay, where we lay our head at, where people who really care about the city really wanted to come back. They chose not to come back because of all the doggone corruption. Right now, right here, right now, to everybody who's listening to this, I'm asking y'all through Mr. Anthony, if me and a couple of people get a game plan together, I'm asking you as your heart pump right now, will it pump Kool-Aid or will it pump battle juice to help change this city back to what it needs to be? I'm willing to do it. And Mr. Anthony can tell you, I put my number up there. Anybody can call me at any time. If I'm lying, Mr. Anthony, tell me, didn't I put my number up there?
You did, my brother.
With my first name?
You did, my brother. You did.
Anybody got any questions? If y'all can't reach him, reach me. Text me. Call me. But we have to band together in order to make this change. Just like Mr. Anthony got his platform, I'm doing it a different way, in a different lane. I didn't even know Mr. Anthony was doing this. Because if I would have known he was running for the assessor's office at the time, oh, y'all best believe I would, just to be a changing of the guard, I would have been out there. But I didn't know, and I humbly apologize. My eyes wasn't uncovered at that point. But now they are. The situation is, once again, with the title of the story, Sewerage and Water Board, executives are getting still their bonuses, performance bonuses, and pay increases because why? We're not complaining enough. Teachers can't get paid. Firemen can't get paid. Hell, the main reason why we got so much corruption with NOPD is because the police can't get paid. But I digress. At this point, if we want the money to start going in the right way, I challenge 10 people to do this. Put in a public record request to see the books of New Orleans. 10 people. I don't care what your ethnic background is. Once again, I don't care what your ethnic background is. 10 people, put in a public record request to see the books, because I'm about to do it. And we can all say the same day, same time, and we can all sit there and review it. See, a lot of people don't even know we can see these records by just requesting to do an audit. You want to change the city? That man ran for office. And I'm talking about you, Mr. Andy. I'm sorry.
Let me tell you something, my brother. Let me tell you something. You got this. You know, I'm sharing this for the first time right now with the listening audience. You know, and I'm sharing it, and at the same time, I'm being mindful about certain obligations that I have. And look, they know me. They know me. Every single individual who form a part of the judicial branch of government, be it at the Louisiana Supreme Court, through these inferior courts, come all the way. They know who Anthony Brown is, or they know of me. There was for the past couple of months, there have been reports out there. This investigative journalist did, Lee Zorich, about these criminal actors calling themselves judges. I don't know if you see the report, Ed, but these judges who supposed to be honorable people, supposed to be legal scholars, supposed to be people who are fully adept when it comes to the law, right? These people are actually committing malfeasance in office. These people are actually robbing people, committing theft in office, right? Now, cut a long story short.
Two of them did it to me.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you finish, then I'm going to tell you my experience with these two people. So go ahead. You got the flow.
Yeah, so this is what happened, okay? Now, I've reached out to Bernadette Johnson, the chief the Chief Justice of the Louisiana Supreme Court, right? And
he's not going to entertain you, but go ahead.
No, well, look, we know this, Ed. We know this, but that's not going to stop. My brother, we know this, but that's what we're trying to communicate to the people. Even though you might know that in the back of your head that they won't respond, that don't give you the reason not to do it. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We know. I know she wasn't going to respond, or they ain't going to respond. I know that. But what I want them to recognize that Anthony Brown is on the job, and I'm not going nowhere. Right. So, what happened in our follow-up story, there was this lone state representative, right, who started to call out the ask for the Judicial Commission or committee, wherever they want to be, to launch an investigation, right? Now,
man, that's laughable.
It is, my brother. Follow me for a second. It is. So, I'm here watching that report and I'm saying to myself, oh my God. I say, either you dumb or you dumb. You know, or you're just saying that for political points. You know what I mean?
That's why they did it.
So
say that part again.
What?
Say that part one more time.
Political points. That's all it is, my brother. So what I did, I ended up calling the Judicial Commission myself, speaking to them, and their argument is, well, look, we can neither acknowledge or deny any investigation into these judges of the and I'm laughing. So, you know, as a matter of fact, look, I got it tape here on the show, bro. Again, that's why I'm giving you the platform to speak like this, because basically everything that you are saying is 100% on the money. I call these people, and I have it recorded, so John Public can hear the conversation that I have with these people. Now, I was told that, look, we can't launch any investigation until we have received a complaint. I said, hold up. So you are telling me now that for the past 2 months, this story is out there for John Public to see, and you guys, out of the authority of your office and out of all that's right and just, the Louisiana Commission, the Judicial Commission Board wouldn't just pick up this matter on its own merit and investigate this judge? Oh, well, I'm not saying that. I said, okay, you know something? So I said, give me information. I said, is there, now, I asked her a question to which I already know the answer, but I said, is there a specific form that you guys would prefer? She said, yes. I give her my email address and she sent it to me. My brother, I levy a complaint against all those judges, those 4 judges, right? I receive a response from the...
Actually 6, but keep going.
Yeah, I receive a response from the commission one day, right? And like the first time I contacted them, their whole thing is, man, we talk about secretive, and they don't want you to discuss. I can't tell you, cannot discuss their response or anything about the investigation, right? They say that, look, you can speak about the circumstances that lead to this investigation. They are saying that in their response to me, they are saying that they are allowing these judges to respond to the allegation. But look, the blind can see, my brother. When you look at what Lee Zurich did and the depth of knowledge and the depth of information, the depth of evidence that was put out there. Not only that, but when you look on the legal authority that he went to, you see what I'm saying? And these people are saying that, look, what these judges are doing is actually wrong. There's no basis for it, and it's against the law. You see what I'm saying? So we, look, everything we say, my brother, we endorse. You have to go there and you must take action. So this is what I'm saying right now. I don't care if anybody else did it. I did. So right. I got, at the end of the day, when this whole case is litigated, when they conclude whatever they're going to conclude about this thing, I'm going to be having factual evidence to prove or to show to the people, to the people of New Orleans or people of Louisiana, that look, this was the outcome, or this is what this entity or this body, this is the action. Now, look, I say that just to say this. We contacted, because we base our argument when it comes to these politicians off the contract that they signed with we the people. We're talking about the Constitution. The Constitution gives the Louisiana Supreme Court the authority, okay, and the Louisiana Supreme Court only the authority to supervise or to sanction her to anything that have to do with these with members of the inferior court. Up until this very day, my brother, we haven't heard a single utter from the Louisiana Supreme Court. We haven't heard nothing from Bernadette Johnson, nor nothing of the of the other associated justice about the action of these judges, right? No, why you think that is? Right. Why you think that is? And I tell people, I say, look, here in the territory of Louisiana, the stream is dirty from the top. The stream is dirty from the top. So, when you look at these judges in the lower court and the municipal courts, right, and what they are doing, we are stating for a fact that we know that Bernadette Johnson is dirty and as corrupted as them are, as the lower courts, you see, and don't give a rat's ass about the Constitution or about our oath of office. We challenge her several times. We write our writ. We submit our writ. We follow the process. We represent ourselves, we write our writ, and she denies us when we prove factually that the Constitution was being violated. What she did, she keep her ass quiet, my brother. So
now, I'm glad you brought that up, and I'm only gonna hit on that for a quick sec. For a lot of y'all that don't know what he's talking about at this point, he's talking about under your Sixth Amendment, regardless on if you have a lawyer or not. I don't care if you have one or not. Once again, you can sign a paper through the DA or through the court that where you can literally help represent yourself within your case. So that's what he's talking about. When he put together the motion paperwork, he's talking about he signed the document stating that he's going to also represent himself under his Sixth Amendment. Okay? Now, go ahead and finish, Mr. Andy. I'm sorry. Oh, no, well, no. I'm basically, no, the bottom, the gist of the whole thing is, my brother, is that when we have, you see, when you understand the whole political fandangles or the whole political scheme that's going on here, right? When one hand washes the other, you see, that's what I try to tell people about, number one. When you look on these people that's in public office right now, it doesn't matter what branch it is, legislative, judicial, it doesn't matter what branch. They don't apply that check and balance as it is outlined in the Constitution. So they don't look on another politicians in either their same office or in a lower office or in a lower position and say, man, look, what you are doing is wrong. They don't do that. Why? Because they cannot do it. Because you see, look, when I was growing up as a youngster, you know, my grandma, there was a old time proverb or old time say. They would say, thief from thief God laugh, you know. And my grandmother is still better when I was a kid. Man, thief from thief God laugh. I will never understand until I was much older, you know what I mean? But what it is that here you have somebody who go there and rob and steal from somebody else you are living, right? And one day he so happened to buck up on another and somebody else doing the same thing. You know, he cannot chastise that person. You know what I mean? He's going to basically either rob that person or join that person. You see what I'm saying? They are birds of a feather, so they flock together. You know, there's nobody to check each other. And that's how they work. That's how they stay united there. Now, we the people need to do that, operate underneath that same premise, my brother. And that's where we're lacking. Well, that's what I'm actually getting to now. Okay. And that's why I'm asking the audience, okay? If y'all really, if you really want change, if you honestly want change, because see, he know how to do motion. I wore the badge and I'm learning how to do all this now because of what's been going on with me.
Right.
I've been dealing with someone who was fired by NOPD who's still calling in favors with his friends that's still on the force, and these Judge Irons and Judge Johnson is trying to protect him. That's right, I said their name. Judge Irons and Judge Johnson, the female Judge Johnson.
My brother, I know it. Look, let me tell you something. Again, when we talk about, look, it's not just civil district courts, Arlene Parish. We know about all of those so-called judges there and what they claim to do, or what the authority that they are exercising. They are exercising authority that they really don't have. Not only that, they are not operating within the guidelines of the law. They are not doing that.
They're not.
That's what it's all about there. It's about what you call color of law. It's about one and washes the other. It's about cronyism. It's about corruption. It's about political corruption. That is the reason why, when you understand the fact that Louisiana is ranked as the number one when it comes to political corruption, political cronyism, that's the reason why the FBI outlined to us the amount of political actors that's either serving time in federal prison, or they actually looking on invest. You see what I'm saying? It's unbelievable the amount of so-called elected officials who right now, I'm telling you, there's people right now in office who ain't supposed to be in office, who's supposed to be in federal prison. There's people who's out right now that the feds is looking at. You see what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. They ain't a judge, my brother. They wear a robe, but they ain't a goddamn judge.
Okay, but now let me get this premise out, and then it'll help everybody who's listening. That's why at first I was mentioning about having something time stamped and dated. Now, with the local government, no matter who they are, even if it's a judge, there is something that's called the civil RICO. I just got educated on this because all I knew was the criminal RICO.
Right.
If you go after them civil RICO, see a lot of this old guard and everything that's going on, Mr. Anthony, that you're talking about, that I'm talking about, we can shut all this down within the span of 6 months. Now, but here's the thing, and this is why I say me and you really got to have a conversation outside of this, okay? That when we shut this down, everybody who's listening, no matter who that's voted in or given the office, let me explain something to you. We still got to keep the next MF accountable.
Right.
Because if we're not keeping them accountable, we might as well let these MFs still do what they're doing. No matter if we voted them in or they got in underhanded or whatever, we still need to hold them accountable. With everybody who's listening, my number's up there, Mr. Anthony's number's up there. I'm serious. Y'all could text me, and I can call if I'm not busy. If I'm busy, I'll just let you know, hey, I'm busy. Just give me a few minutes, I'll hit you right back. I don't care if you're a troll, because I love my trolls. Let me tell you about my trolls. Don't nobody say nothing bad about my trolls. I love my trolls, okay? Because that let me know I'm doing things the right way the more they keep trolling. And I could easily contact Google and get their email address and everything else for their account. So that's why I know nobody mess with my trolls. I love my trolls. With all this, if you won't change, I'll show you from my level. Mr. Andy is a lot more experienced with it, but he may not be accessible to you. You have a question? Call me, text me. I'll tell you what to do on my end. Just like I said, the first thing it starts with is a public record request. You can do a public audit of records from local to state or federal. When you ask for them to crack open them books, guess what? They gotta crack them open. You do not need a subpoena. You can do it verbally, email, telephone, or written. Those are the 4 ways you can do that. Once again, you can do it verbally, telephone, email, or written. Once we do that 3 times and they do not acknowledge us, then that's when we can go off with their head. But we do it in a federal court. The federal judge is not going to like hearing it, but guess what? He's going to have to hear it and stand on the law. I understand. If you have a problem with local government and you bring it to the state, let me explain one thing to y'all. Y'all just brought it to their brother or their sister. No, what you do is you bring it to that federal judge, because that federal judge is not even in their whole lane. It's a totally different highway. That's like driving on Airline Highway and driving on I-10 interstate.
Let me tell you something about them, some of them federal judges, my brother. You see, again, we are talking from a place of experience, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know, and, you know, I used to think the same way a while back too, but come to find out, you know, you have to be careful of which judge your case is assigned to, and that's the sad part about it. It's not supposed to be that. The law wasn't based upon of that merit. Once you
I'm glad you brought that up.
Once you levy a complaint in the court, it shouldn't really matter which judge gets the case. But as we come to find out, based off trial and error, right? When we submit our case into federal court, there was political actors here in the territory of New Orleans who behind closed doors told us that, look, you guys are on the money. However, it is based on whether or not you win is going to be based on the judge. And I was like, what? Based on the judge? So it's not based on the merit of the case? So it's based.
No, it's not.
So and again, we're talking about federal court, federal district court here in the territory of New Orleans, Louisiana, this Eastern District. Now, again, when you recognize, my brother, and that's why we keep on going back to this very underlying principle, that the level of cronyism, the level of political corruption here in the territory of New Orleans, Louisiana, is of paramount, right? It wasn't Anthony Brown who said that. What the hell Anthony Brown knows about the level of political corruption in New Orleans, in Louisiana? That is coming straight from the Federal Bureau of Investigation. You see what I'm saying? They are the ones who are telling us that. No, we actually see it for ourselves, and we've been seeing it for ourselves. Now, when we levy our complaint in federal court, right, and we walk inside here to do our oral argument, and we go up against all of these so-called attorneys, these members of the Bar Association, this person calling herself a judge. And when we outline certain basic principles that a first-year law student supposed to know, and she's going to act like she's a goddamn buffoon, we know at that point that something was wrong. And after we leave the court, we got confirmation, or that statement that we got when we initially filed our case. We heard that same statement again, that it depends on which judge gets the case. When we did our investigation, my brother, come to find that this federal judge, what's her name, Kathleen Sims, right? This federal judge is a part of the Louisiana political machine. They're in bed with each other, right? It's to the point where her son, well, man, when people understand, and that's what I'm saying, you know what I mean, it's when your eyes are open and you actually know reality, you actually see reality, you actually see, you know, a 6 for a 6, then and only then can you will you take certain stands and you start to act certain way.
Well, the main reason why I'm saying what I'm saying, Mr. Anthony, is because of this. All right, and this is also what I had to learn through experience. Okay, just because they have the complaint, and I know they get mad at me. I really don't give a damn at all, with a couple of exclamation points on it. Okay, but let me just say this. Just because they got the complaint don't mean I'm not still hitting them up. Now, that's the misconception also. Just because they have the complaint or they aware of it, you don't stop emailing, you don't stop calling, you don't stop. You continue, you apply even more pressure. Now, because just like what you said, you found out, and I know it hurt your heart to the core. I don't even know you, but I know it hurt your heart to the core. Okay? That's why I go so hard for us, by us, and everything else. Because at the end of the day, I don't want you to feel that way. Right. And that's what I mean about changing the old guard. If we really want to change the old guard, it's going to take a little bit of blood, sweat, and tears. Don't get me wrong.
All right, my brother. Look, I ain't mean to cut you off, my brother, but look, you know what I mean?
I dig it.
I really appreciate, you know what I mean, your input. It's really valid and well taken, you know what I mean? We have your information up here for, you know what I mean, any one of our audience to if they wish to contact you and keep on the dialogue, or if they wish to contact you and try to take some action, it's here on the Facebook page, which is Anthony Brown for Assessor 2017. You can, you know, the gentleman posts, the brother posts his name and posts his telephone number. That means, you know, it's somebody off of my own art. You know, we ain't hiding from nobody. Whatever we do is out there for the general public to see. Look, my brother, I appreciate you calling in, man. Let's give somebody a time to talk about the Sewerage and Water Board and the.
Just one last thing, if I may.
Go ahead.
Please write my number down, because when you have time, I would like to have lunch with you or coffee and just have a dialogue. You
got that, my brother. You got that, man.
Everybody have a nice day. I'm sorry, me and them was rambling on a little bit, but I appreciate it.
Much love, my brother. Nice, much love. Bless you. Okay, family. Okay. Look, this is a serious issue, my brother. This is a serious topic, my family. We have people here in the territory of New Orleans, Louisiana, who, as we speak tonight, right, as we speak, cannot go into the bathroom and take a shower, cannot go into the kitchen and prepare a meal, cannot, you know, do what you would normally do, you know, utilizing, you know, because there's no water based on Sewerage and Water Board. You see what I'm talking about? The proven truth.
Oh, hi, Anthony. Thanks for having this show on the Sewerage and Water Board. I heard you were talking about the courts a little earlier.
Yes.
I know we're supposed to talk about the Sewerage and Water Board.
Yeah, yes.
I just wanted to let you know, I went to municipal court on a obstructing the sidewalk charge, and fortunately I had a lawyer, but when I went there, they said, this is for trial, that I had already pled guilty, and I had not. In fact, I didn't appear. My lawyer came and he pled not guilty. But yeah, when we went to the court on August 7th, or whenever we went, they said that I'd already pled guilty, and then the lawyer had to work it out otherwise. Eventually the case got thrown out. But he said that, you know, it's ridiculous down at municipal court. And so you have one case where somebody, they said, pled guilty. And I would have known if I would have pled guilty. I would admit to it. But I wasn't even in court that day. And I didn't intend to plead guilty anyways.
The judge plead for you, Mike.
That's how things operate at municipal court.
Man, that's how things operate here in New Orleans, Louisiana, man.
Yeah, if I didn't have a lawyer, I'd be in real trouble. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
But on top of that, getting back to the Sewage and Water Board situation, I couldn't go to the board meeting as I wanted to, but I know that Ben Gordon went and Elizabeth Cook and I think John Hall went.
Okay.
And I was glad they got the message across. Ben did really strong about how there's no justification for these cutoffs. You know, one thing that Sewage and Water Board doesn't mention when they're trying to shut off your water is they themselves are way behind on payments.
Oh man, Mike, I was just talking about that a few minutes ago. You know, the irony is, here it is, they are chastising the public that, you know, people don't pay the debt, okay, right. and on this end, they do the same thing. Here it is, they are required to pay judgment, and they fail to pay these judgments, and they are claiming
exactly.
You see, so you see the irony. It's ridiculous, my brother.
Well, yeah, and they have some payments that go back almost 20 years.
Right.
They're behind on 219 settlements, and some go back to the late 70s.
Wow.
And they're bitching about people being more than $50 behind and 60 days late, and so they're shutting off people's water.
But Mike,
you know, it's hypocrisy.
You know the premise behind that. You know what the premise is behind that. They are stating that a failure to collect that revenue, right? Failure to collect that revenue, going to leave them in a deficit of something like $22 million or something like that, right? Like Sewage and Water Board is hurting for money. The Sewage and Water Board budget is more than the city of New Orleans. A matter of fact, it doubles the budget for the city of New Orleans. You see what I'm saying? These guys are look. You remember that clown that used to be on the board? What his name was? Grant.
Cedric Grant. Yeah.
Right. That clown is sitting on a fat retirement pension over close to $200,000. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, he's on Easy Street. Yeah.
Easy Street. That's where all the money go to, my brother. No, you're gonna leave people out there. People leaving work, going home, can't take a shower, can't cook, can't do laundry, can't clean, because they don't got any utilities. They don't got water. And at the same time, look, man, people don't understand how serious this is. At the same time, you cutting off people water, talking about if you don't collect this revenue, you're gonna be in a deficit. You are paying these executives these lavish increase. You are increasing people's salary.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous.
It's just criminal. But the whole idea of, people, as you know, as any human being knows, need water in order to survive. And to shut people's water off in the middle of the summer when they need the water the most to hydrate themselves.
Right.
Yeah, that's lethal. That's like shooting a pistol into a crowd. And not saying, well, I didn't intend to hit anybody, but then somebody gets killed. It's just totally reckless, totally criminal.
Mike, that's a good point. That's a good point, Mike. I didn't even think about it. No time is a good time for anyone water to be cut off. But the fact is, during the summer, you see what I'm saying? That's a good point, man.
Couldn't be worse.
Couldn't be worse, man. Look, it's our argument, man, that water, Mike, water is a guardian. Water is is a human rights issue when we talk about water.
Exactly.
Or you think the municipal corporation get to the point where they have a monopoly over the water system? It's the same. Look, when we were growing up, man, we used to have our own water system. It's the same way they do. They go out there, they have these big, large catchment areas, these big, large reservoirs. Then they channel, channel it through the system, and they collect money. You see what I'm saying? So, look, it's a human rights issue, my brother.
Yeah, exactly. We got a right to water. You can't cut off water to people, you know. And these hypocrites who say we've got to pay our bills on time. I pay my bills on time, but half the time they screw up the bills.
Yes, sir.
And so they're putting people, they're punishing them for, even when they pay the bills, they're punishing them. And it's like, how much money has the Sewage and Water Board gotten from overcharging people who are desperate, who pay the bills in excess of what they really owe? And then the question is, well, why isn't that credited to the accounts of the people who have fallen behind payments? Yeah, there's just so many problems here. And then there's the bribery and the usual stuff. But I think, you know, they've run down the service. They've been doing this for a long time, I remember since the late 90s, to try to justify privatizing it so they can sell it to, you know, this or that corporation, Nestle's or whoever wants to buy it. And then they can triple the cost of water that everybody will have to pay. And you know, it's just disgusting.
Mike, what's the word from the mayor? What is Latoya Cantrell saying about the fact that people are now seeing the water cut off?
I know she's one of the people who are responsible for that. She's on the board, the leader of the board. So I guess she just hopes they drop dead. I don't know what her, you know, other than she supports it. I know that, and she's, you know, smart enough to know that if people don't have water, they can't survive.
So you're saying she's supporting the fact that people are now actually going without water, or water being...
Yeah, she's on the board. She supports the decision. She's 100% behind it.
You know something? Let me tell you why I believe that to be true. Let me tell you why I believe that statement to be true. Under Mitch Lange, when Mitch Lange signed the 2018 budget, 2017-2018 budget, right? In that, we're talking about the city budget, $615 million. There was over $300,000 that was allocated to the department, to the NOPD, so that they could get additional vehicles just to give members of the NOPD for what they call moral booster. So apparently,
right.
It's ridiculous. No, not only that, but
no moral boosters for everyone else.
You see what I'm talking about? And when you look at the breakdown of the budget, right? Now, at the time she was the mayor-elect, she just signed off on that budget, and she didn't say one iota about the budget. The budget, as we know, 63% of the city of New Orleans budget go towards cops, jail, and reactive program, right?
Exactly.
3% go towards children and family. 1% towards job, my brother. 1%. And she, as the first so-called black female, the first so-called black mayor, sit her ass, sign that budget, and let it go. And didn't utter one word about it. So I believe you when you said she sides with the Sewage and Water Board, and because there's no outcry, or there's nothing from her right now saying that, look, let's give a reprieve or let's do something. And I believe in my brother.
Well, I'll tell you what, this Sewage and Water Board, it's like she wants to prove she's a good member of the mafia. All right, and to be a member of the mafia, a full member, you got to do a hit, right?
Right.
Got to kill somebody. And this is her hit to prove as mayor she's a full member of the mafia.
Right.
Because she knows she's going to kill some people with the water shut off.
Look, Mike, I think we here as a conscious few, I think we as activists within the community, we as people who actually monitor these elected officials, I think we're gonna today is what? Today is Thursday. We're going to have to see what's going on between now and Saturday, Mike. And I think we're going to have to mobilize ourselves. I provide the vehicle and maybe a couple, a few cases of water or something. We're going to have to go through these communities ourselves. If somebody wants to join us, I think we're going to have to do that, Mike, and ensure that at least the elders and people who can't afford it, we're going to have to do some type of water drive between now and this weekend, Mike. Because, it's a valid point, my brother. We're talking about the summertime. We're talking about...
Yeah, it's unacceptable.
It's unacceptable whatever time of the year it is. But a matter of fact, there was a report out yesterday that stating that Louisiana is one of the most hottest, when it come on to, we're talking about climate, the weather right now, the hottest territory within the union right now. You see what I'm saying? So we are actually feeling the brunt of the summer right now. You see what I'm saying? And it is at this point where Sewerage and Water Board, under the auspices of Latoya Cantrell, is shutting off people goddamn water here. Mike, we're going to have to take some action.
Yeah, it is outrageous.
We're going to have to take some action. You know something? I think we need to call on Mr. Belden Baptiste too. He's a candidate on the ballot.
Yeah, I agree.
He's a candidate on the ballot. Looking to house Cedric Richmond. I think, and knowing that brother personally, I know that's something that he would be down with, So
I feel Belden would be. Yeah, Boone definitely be for that. I wouldn't doubt it for a minute.
Yeah.
I think we need an action. I think too, now that we're on the air, maybe we should encourage anybody who's listening and about to get their water shut off or in danger of getting their water shut off to contact you, so we know in advance. Who's under the gun.
Right. Something too, Mike. I think there was a resolution out. I'm going to contact somebody from the People's Assembly, because I know under the leadership of the People's Assembly, there was a resolution out in the latter part of last year that actually state the fact that people water wouldn't be cannot pay the water bill. So, I think that's actually on the books. So that would be actually going against their own policies too. You know what I mean? So that's something we're going to check on, Mike. But yeah, I think we need to touch base, and we need to get ensure that people.
Well, we need to do something. I was just thinking the Black Panthers used to follow the police around to make sure they didn't brutalize people. Maybe we could figure out where these trucks are going and follow them around.
Right.
But it would be good if we could find out somebody ahead of time, that they're on the chopping block. And we got to do something. It's just outrageous. People are going to die, and this is
well. I'm thinking, Mike. We'll try to find out people who actually got the water cut off right now. People who have no water right now, because as you know, man, on a day-to-day basis is without water, it's again worse. We're talking about we're in the middle of the summer right now. Right now it's like 90-something degrees outside here. You know what I'm saying? So I think a matter of fact,
it's hot.
A matter of fact, I think we're gonna need to touch base really soon. I think we're gonna call candidate Belden Baptiste and have him, try spearhead something, or we try organize something underneath is poor people. What's his banner? The Poor People Campaign.
Right, the Poor People's Campaign, and then there's the No Water Cutoff Committee, which is some people I know who've been showing up to some of the hearings and that. And I think we can definitely get something rolling.
Look,
when we can find.
Yeah, let's do that, Mike. Look, that's something I'm down with, because again, we can. It's
outrageous.
Yeah, we can go there, bro. We can if we can drop maybe at least a minimum of 2 cases of water to each family that have the water cut off. You know what I mean? A matter of fact, if they are even still in the house, and that's what I'm saying. We don't want people to be leaving the property, Mike, because they cannot, because they don't have water. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. Then they'll lose their house on top of everything else, and that'll make it. Yeah, we don't want that to happen.
Make matters worse, my brother. So we're going. Yeah, let's look. Let's try organize that, man, because it's just
okay. Good.
I'll try touch base with Mr. With Nundi Batiste sometime this evening, and we're gonna see. We're gonna have something planned for either tomorrow or Saturday morning, where we go to these communities and make sure people have water, man. At least at least a couple cases of water just to keep them over, at least, so that they don't die of thirst.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds great.
All right, brother. That sounds like a plan, man. Thanks for calling in, Mike.
Okay. See you later. Okay.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Yes, my brothers and sisters. Look, it's a serious issue. Look, you guys know when I'm on this show, I consume at least 2 bottles of water, because, my lips get thirsty, my lips get dry, I got thirsty, my throat, you see what I'm saying? And I'm lucky enough, I'm fortunate enough, I got AC inside here, and I'm still thirsty. Even with the AC, I'm still thirsty. Here it is. We are in New Orleans, Louisiana. We are in the United States of America. It's bad enough in certain cities like brain freeze. The water that comes through your pipe is harmful to the human consumption, right? It's bad enough we got that going on here in America. But here it is in New Orleans, Louisiana, that we have people right now who cannot take a shower tonight, who cannot cook inside their own house tonight, who cannot do laundry inside their own house tonight. Whatever it is, you need water to do. Now, look, ask yourself this question, man. On the scientific table, or the chem table, whatever you want to call it, the scientific annotation for water is H2O. Where does water come from? Where does water come from? Who give any man or any group of people or any body of people the authority to manipulate water? Water is life. You take somebody water from them, you're taking away life, my brother, my sister, my family. You taking away life from people. Look, let me tell you something. I'm all about capitalistic, or I'm all about going out there and participating in the capitalistic principle, right? The more you work, the more you earn. Now, understand the concept. Sewage and Water Board. Sewage and Water Board. When you look at your Sewage and Water Board bill, they charge you taxes. They charge you, listen to me carefully now, for some of you who don't recognize this fact. Sewage and Water Board charge you for providing the water. They charge you for providing the water onto your property. So you pay for that. Okay? On top of that, they charge you for their equipment. They charge you for the equipment, the meter and the pipe. They charge you for that. A matter of fact, the meter, they charge you for the meter. So you have to pay for the meter itself, separate away from the water that you use. They charge you a tax on that water. A matter of fact, not only a tax, my brothers and sisters, they charge you many tax, different type of taxes. One of the most ridiculous tax that Sewage and Water Board charge you for is a tax, man. Look, is a tax to ensure that the water that they are providing is good for consumption. Listen to what I'm saying carefully, you know. They are providing a service to which you are paying for that service. And they are also saying, look, because we providing that service to you, you have to pay us a tax to ensure that that service that we are providing to you is good for you. Ain't that ridiculous? Ain't that ludicrous? It's just like, look, so you go out there and you buy a plate of food, right? You take your family, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever, to dinner, to lunch, to breakfast, right? You go to this restaurant and you order a meal. And you pay for that meal. Now, when you get the bill, you are charged 2% to ensure that the meal that you purchase is safe or won't poison your ass. What? So, the fact that you are doing business, the fact that I'm paying water, I'm paying you for a service, I have to also turn around and ensure that you treat me right. Understand the concept, family? Now, ask yourself this. Where did Sewerage and Water Board, where did that utility company get all that water from that they're selling you, the public? Where did water come from? Did somebody, did the member of Sewerage and Water Board go out there and created that water? No, they didn't go there and create it. God give it to you. It came from the sky. All they did, and again, look, check this out. So they capture all that water, right? They capture the rainwater. Then they treat the rainwater with whatever process or chemical, whatever they use. They treat it, right? Then they send it out through the pipe into your house and your business, right? So what I'm saying is the fact that they are selling the water to you, the water must be good for consumption. Look on your bill. How many of you ever actually look on that Sewerage and Water Board bill where you get ever studied? I know a lot of people get the bill and this is what they do. They just look on that one figure, pay this or due now figure. Due now, $200. Due now, and that's all they look at. Is few people who actually, man, I'm getting hot in this studio, man. I'm getting hot. Wonder if it's just me or they actually turn off the AC. I'm getting hot, man. What if somebody turn off the AC, man? Huh? Damn. How many of you ever actually look on the breakdown of that bill? How many of you ever question the bill. Now, when you look on that bill, there is also a tax on that bill which you pay to who? The city of New Orleans, the municipal corporation, that body politic. So at all aspects of the game, you the people, we the people, is pumping money into the body politic, the city of New Orleans. Those so-called elected officials. Now, those are the very same so-called elected officials who will rightfully or who will hastily tell you that, look, we don't have no control over Sewerage and Water Board. Okay? So why the hell are we paying Sewerage and Water Board a tax for the city of New Orleans? Why? Why the city of New Orleans is taxing people, or why you have to pay a tax on your sewage and water bill to the city of New Orleans? Why? Huh? Why is it the chairperson of the Sewerage and Water Board is the mayor of the city? We need to take action, family. One of the first action we need to take is to get out there in the communities, start to, a matter of fact, check with your neighbors, your friends, to see who amongst us or who amongst you no longer have water because of the policies of the Sewerage and Water Board. Okay? Now, again, as the caller earlier stated, we are not utilized, or we won't lay blame on the Sewerage and Water Board. Who the hell is Sewerage, or what is Sewerage and Water Board? We have an elected official by the name of Latoya Cantrell, who is the mayor, the CEO for this corporation. We're going to be laying the blame at her foot. Yeah, the next, let me do something real quick. I need to find this lady name. Sewerage and Water Board. Let's do something real quick. I need to find this lady name. Real quick. I think her name is Brown. I think her name is Brown. I don't remember. She's a director. She is the let's see, okay. Top Sewerage and Water Board officials get salary hike amid utility financial strain. Man, I tell you about these so-called black people, these so-called black leaders. Look, family, you know here, we on this program, we are black conscious, not black ignorant. We are black conscious, not black ignorant. And because we are black conscious, we make reference to our ancestors, people like Marcus Mosiah Garvey, Nanny from the Maroon, Paul Bogle, Fred Hamilton, Maurice Bishop, Malcolm X, Carter G. Wilson, Harriet Tubman, Thomas Sankara, Samuel McKell, Bookman Juti, Toussaint Louverture, Jack Dessalines, These are people who we hold in high standings. You know, you got this clown right here. Look, I really don't want to describe her in a certain way on this show, to be honest with you. Her name is Jade. Is it Jade? Jader, Jude Brown Russell. Okay? So I guess that's her married name, Russell. Acting Sewerage and Water Board Executive Director speaks during a Public Works, Sanitation and Environmental Committee meeting at the City Hall in New Orleans on Tuesday, July the 24th. Okay, so her name is, well, I guess at the time she was the acting, but I think she's now the director, right? Jade Brown Russell. Top Sewerage and Water Board official gets salary. Let's see something. When was this published? The Sewerage and Water Board Acting Executive Director Jane Brown Russell last month ordered last month, so she did this last month. Last month ordered substantial pay raise for 3 THREE high-ranking officials already earning 6-figure salary. This is important right here. And made the increase retroactive. What? And made the increase retroactive to January 1st, 2018. Oh my God. Hold on it. People of New Orleans, people of Louisiana, let me read this article to you again. Here is the Time-Picayune. The Time-Picayune, okay? Coming to you from the Time-Picayune. I'm trying to see real quick. Updated 2 p.m. posted 1. Okay, I'm trying to find. Look, the Time-Picayune. You're going to find it yourself. Listen to this, family. Listen to this carefully. This is crazy. The Sewerage and Water Board Acting Executive Director Jade Brown Russell last month ordered substantial pay raise for 3 high-ranking officials already earning 6-figure salary. Okay? And made the increase retroactive to January 2018, according to the records of NOLA.com. The Picayune obtained. So this is what she did. Last month was July. We're in August right now. So she authorized a pay increase for these executive, right? I know she did it for herself too, but let's stick with the facts right here. She authorized pay increase last month, right? You would think that it would be effective this month, being August, right? No, family. She made that crap retroactive to January of this year. To January of this year. Oh my God. The pay raise, which came amid tough financial times for the board, include a $45,000 annual increase for the agency deputy director in charge of human resource, Sharon Jenkins, who is named as the authorizing official in a document she apparently signed instructing payroll to issue her own retroactive pay. The records show her salary rose from about $130,000 to $175,000 according to Look, this is what I'm saying. The brother that called the show earlier today made mention about a scenario or a situation just like this. When we, the people, sit down and keep our mouth closed and don't react or don't act, not only God, not only react, but not only act, it's our fault. Look, she is actually signing her own paycheck according to this article right here. This director, deputy director, giving herself a $45,000 annual increase and making it retroactive from January. The two other official, deputy director Ronald Doucette, Doucett, and Rivers, saw their pay increase roughly from $130,000 annually to $150,000. Record show. What the hell are these people doing in office or at the Sewerage and Water Board to be receiving this amount of compensation? All three deputy director positions were created. Listen to this. All three deputies director positions were created by the utilities former executive director, Cedric Grant. He's the person who was talking about with the second caller. So, this is how they disperse money or they hide the money. This guy, Cedric Grant, the former director for Sewerage and Water Board, right, before leaving, right, after creating all that chaos over there, just create these positions. What they call it? Deputy, let's find it again. Create these positions, right, and put his friends, his crony friends, his criminal friends, give them a position there at Sewerage and Water Board and give them money. And today, we have people here in New Orleans going to bed without water coming through the pipe. Who was ousted following the August 5th flooding last year. Man, look, I saw this female right here, Brown Russell, on TV, and all I could do is just basically shake my head, because I'm saying, you know, where is the love? Where is the concern? Where is the sympathy? Where is the empathy for the people in New Orleans? You just add up these three people's salary. Look at it. Let's look at it. Right? Where is that? $170,000. Okay, this guy getting $150,000. This one getting $175,000. That's $325,000 right there. Another $130,000. That's $400,000. That's $500,000, bro. $500,000 annually to these three top executives. Plus, again, that's retroactive from January this year. Where's Latoya Cantrell on this? Where's Latoya Cantrell on this issue right here? Huh? Where's Latoya Cantrell on this issue right here? We're going to be going out here, family. And for those of you who want to join us, for those of you who want to contribute to us, we're going to be going out there between tomorrow and Saturday morning. We're going to be getting water cases of water. Cases of water, and it depends on the amount of water we get and we can afford, and it depends on the amount of people who we recognize or who we can get in contact with who have the water turned off presently. We will at least try to contribute or to give at least 2 cases of water to these people. This is something that we need to stay on top of. Now, let me tell you something, family. For those of you who don't know, this November, this midterm, this midterm election. There's a midterm election coming up November 6th. We have people out there on the ballot running for public office. Right? We have people out there running for public office. And at the same time, we have people here who is losing or don't have any water in the houses. Now, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be touching base with one of the person who is actually on the ballot right now running for public office, Nooniman Belden Baptiste, running to replace that clown Cedric Richmond for the 2nd Congressional District here in the territory of New Orleans, Louisiana. And we're going to be, I don't know what time as yet, my brother. I don't know what time. This is something that I just think about, while I'm on the air, because as the caller after you rightfully said, it's the summertime. It's hot out there, and it would be remiss of us to sit by and do nothing when we know that our fellow brothers and sisters out there don't have any water. You know what I mean? And we need to do something, and we're going to do something about it. We're going to be getting, we got transportation already. We got that. So we can write that off the bat. We have transportation. Where we can carry water to people wherever they are. We have transportation. So what we're going to need is just the water. And then people who need the water will take the water to them. Okay? We're going to do that. Because we the people are the ones who have to show what we are all about. These criminals, these so-called criminals, they won't do it. They won't. Let me tell you something. Every aspect, every component of this fight, you can see an element of taxation to it. That's the reason why when we talk about this criminal imposter, Errol G. Williams, nobody, no other elected official will jump or will talk against Errol G. Williams, because when you look at the fact that based on his criminal activity, he's raking in for the body politics for the city of New Orleans, for his other elected friends, $4.7 billion annually. Now, this is what I'm saying to the listening audience out there. We need to be on guard. We need to be mindful. We need to be aware of 2020, because as we know it right now, they are talking about a constitutional amendment on the ballot. And if that constitutional amendment should pass, according to this criminal imposter, Errol G. Williams, that no good self-righteous criminal, it will allow him to levy 50% of taxes, 50% more of taxes on the people of New Orleans. Now, he won't, look, I went off track today. We didn't even get to talk about the topic, which is okay. That's how it is, you know. Here it is. They are speaking about what's going to be on the ballot for 2020. And at the same time, here's an amendment that was on the ballot in 2014 that is law right now, which they are not abiding by. Not abiding by. But they are trying to steer you or point you, tell you about 2020. Huh? Because it's about raising tax for their retirement fund, retirement plan, their pension plan. Here it is. We have people in New Orleans going to bed. For those who don't have any family members or friends to go to, going to have to go to bed without water on the property or coming through the faucet. Life. No life. Water is life, family. Water itself is life. They have no water coming through because of the greed of the Sewerage and Water Board. That is sheer greed. And at the same time, they are cutting off life from people. They are enriching themselves, fattening themselves with the same money that they take from you. My brothers and sisters, we look on the clock and it's that time again. Look, again, we ask that you, look, for those who want to participate in this water drive, or who want to contribute to this water drive, you can contact us via Facebook, Anthony Brown for Assessor 2017. You can contact us via email. That is theproventruth@outlook.com. theproventruth@outlook.com. You can call us here at the studio and leave a message. 504-303-8922. And, you know, look, there's many ways you can contact us. So if you want to do that, you can do it and reach out. And we're going to be doing something between now and ensuring that people receive water out there, okay? We ain't going to let our brothers and sisters go down like that. Again, you can join us here Saturday, same place, same time. This is your brother, Anthony Brown, saying much love. Peace.